Today, I'm going to make 3 recipes, 2 appetizer, 1 main course. The first one is kısır. It's a crack wheat. It's a special wheat. I brought it from Turkey with me. It's a natural wheat because Mesopotamia region during the Ice Age, Mesopotamia never experienced the Ice Age. So all the wheat grows up naturally, and all the kernels go back to the soil, and this cycle goes for until now. So this is a natural wheat. I'm going to use this one. And the second recipe, it is İmam bayıldı. This is a recipe, main ingredients is eggplant, cook in the oil. In Turkey, we have some dishes cook in the olive oil, and we served as appetizer, like celery, eggplant, leeks. It's a kind of a dish, cook and we serve it cold. Mostly we serve it the day after we cook it, because it needs to set in the refrigerator in order to form all the flavors. It's interesting cooking technique. I'm gonna show it. And then we're gonna make a main course with the lamb and the beef. It's like a hamburger patty, but it's a large one. And the cutting technique is very important while doing this. I'm gonna use my cleaver instead of a kitchen robot, okay, for the vegetables. So I want to start with, I was talking about this wheat. See, the color is brown, dark brown. It has lots of gluten inside, by the way. And this is all natural, no additive. So this is a very important one. And it smells like nutty smell. It smells like soil. It smells like farm. So it's an important one. Now I want to soak these with the tomatoes. My garbage pan, my knives. I'm not gonna de-seed it or peel the tomatoes, since we are not making French cuisine. Because in French cuisine, you never use the tomato with the skin and with the seeded on. So I'm gonna cube them. Instead of water, I'm gonna use this tomatoes, small cubes. It's a different cooking technique. Please ask question if you don't understand. This is life-saving scraper. It's very handy. I can use it for almost anything. So I'm just putting all the tomatoes into the bulgur, into the kernel. So they're gonna soak up with the juice of the tomato. Yes, you can add some water, but water has no taste, okay? That's why we are using tomato.
I have a question.
Yes.
Chef, if they cannot find cracked wheat in Ecuador, can they really do this appetizer with quinoa? What do you think?
Yes. Perfect catch.
Can be replaced with quinoa?
Yeah, but you should be careful when using the quinoa. The texture of the quinoa is much more fragile than this bulgur. So, for example, I am using, I think, 300 grams of bulgur, and I'm going to use this way, okay. For 300 grams of bulgur, I'm going to use 3 tomatoes. Maybe when you make 300 grams of quinoa with 2 tomatoes. You know, in the kitchen, we always measure and take the recipes out of the measurements, okay? This is, the scaling is very important. We can't memorize the recipes. We just work on the recipes, okay? And for example, the new generation chefs like you, going crazy on Instagram, okay? Yes, Instagram is like a paradise of plating, of the chefs, chef life. They're giving the recipes, but you can't fully trust on Instagram or YouTube. Of course, these are the good sources, but you can't fully trust it. You should trust the books still. Famous chefs, celebrity chefs has very nice cookbooks, so you have to read the cookbooks and you have to understand. Of course, you can support your recipes with the social media, but don't trust it sorely. So this is your second year or third year, almost?
It's my second year.
Second year.
Like my classmates, but the rest of guys are about 8 years.
Okay. It means about to graduate? There. Okay, good. Did you have mandatory internship? Mandatory internship?
Chef, I have a question.
Yeah.
You said the burger is a same of the bean. Yeah, a bean. Yes. In this case, what bean of fermenter we can use or substitute from the burger?
For the bulgur, quinoa.
Only quinoa. No,
Yeah.
other bean?
I don't know what type of wheat you have in here, but quinoa.
Bulgur is 3.
3, okay.
Pues lo más parecido es quinoa, porque no tenemos un trigo molido como el que le estaba que trajo y mencionaba que este trigo es molido y porque en la parte de Mesopotamia nunca llegó la era del hielo, entonces este trigo es ancestral porque lo que crecía caía a la tierra y ha sido generado durante años de diferentes. Entonces el trajo un trigo molido que es digamos, la base de esta receta, pero un sustituto ecuatoriano podría ser la quinoa, pero la consistencia es diferente, lo único que digo que hay que tener cuidado.
See, only tomatoes and bulgur. I just give a stir, little bit pushing it, little bit. Clean the sides, and I'm gonna cover with the cling, stretch, and then I'm gonna forget it for 1 hour in order to absorb all the liquid out of the tomatoes, okay? I'm not adding salt right now. Why? Because salt is the acid. Acid will gonna break down the texture of the bulgur and it's not gonna absorb it. Did I make myself clear? The acid will gonna break down the bulgur, so I don't want this. That's it. And then I'm gonna make a stretch. See, that's it. This is nice and warm, so I can put it here. Okay? Now, in order to follow me, this is the start of the first recipe, kısır, okay? Now, I am continuing with the second recipe, İmam bayıldı, the eggplant recipe, okay? İmam bayıldı, eggplant cooked in olive oil with tomato and onions, okay? Now, I parked the car for the first recipe, now I'm switching to the second recipe, yes?
What does it mean, İmam bayıldı?
Imam bayıldı. Imam is the religious person in Turkey, the priest, and the bayıldı means fainted. Yes, fainted. When you bayılmak, fainted. When Imam eat this dish, it's so delicious that he just fainted. That's why we call it İmam bayıldı. Okay, there's a story behind the dish, the recipe. For for the Turkish cuisine is lots of onions, tomatoes, garlic. It's all about this, but lots of onions we have. For this dish, I'm gonna julienne the onions. Yes, julienne is a French term. Why we are using all the French terms? Because in the history, they put all these recipes, all these techniques into the books, into the literature, okay? The Escoffier, the Anthony Carême, you know, the old guys, old chefs, Paul Bocuse, there's a restaurant in Lyon, Bocuse. That's why all the terms, for example, julienne, macédoine, gastronome, sauté pan, these are all French because they put on the literature. And when you go to Japan, if you tell them, give me the gastronome, they're gonna understand. Or if you go to Turkey, they're gonna understand. Julienne this, okay, they're gonna understand, okay? So this is a kitchen jargon. It's a global kitchen jargon, okay? We are all talking about, acting about, behaving about the same thing, okay? The attitude of a chef never changes. Never. Because we are professionals. We need to be organized, we need to be clean, neat, hygienic, full uniform. These are much more important than cutting these onions, okay? So, I'm slicing right now. Could you please turn these on? And, yeah, perfect. And this one too, please. And then could you please add olive oil? This one. Perfect. So this is a technique of cooking with the olive oil, okay? So do not get shocked when I see the amount of olive oil. Continue. Continue. How deep color is this? This is a very nice olive oil, by the way, because all the olives get the direct sun rays. Go ahead, continue. Continue. Don't afraid. Continue. Continue. Continue. More. Less of oil. That's okay. Okay. Now I'm going to sweat it, not saute it. What is sweating? I make the onions translucent, okay? I need to take out all the sugar inside the onion, okay? So that's why I'm not going crazy on the heat. It's in the low to medium heat, okay? It's between low to medium heat. Again, I am in the second recipe, okay? Lots of onions. Okay, don't waste anything, especially the water. We need to be responsible chefs and cooks in the kitchen because we are coming at the end of the world, right? And humans do this. So we have to behave, we have to compost, we have to save the water. This is important. That's why the culinary trends are changing right now. the fine dining trends are changing into share tables, share plates, okay? Because in the fine dining, you're using only the middle of this little eggplant and the rest of it is garbage, right? In the fine dining. Now, because of the scarcity, chefs, restaurateurs, culinarians are shifting their trends into share tables and low-cost menus and low garbage menus. These are the future trends. And now the world is working on the future trends of the menus, okay? Being vegetarian menus and vegan menus are the stars, still the stars. And people are going vegetarian every day. So we should work with responsibility. Now I'm going to continue with some garlic. I love garlic, any type of garlic. Yesterday I was in the market with Alvaro and I saw a pearl onion, but the inside is garlic. It's very interesting. It looks like a pearl onion, but inside, what's the name? Do you remember? It was very, what? Anybody knows? It was very interesting. It's pearl onion and inside is garlic. Perfect. So I'm not throwing this away. I just cut the ruined part, okay? I'm gonna use the rest of the garlic. Any question up to now? Please feel free. Any question? Yeah.
What in the time you stay here, what differences you found in vegetables from Ecuador?
You are really big on fruits. Very, very interesting fruits. Very different flavor spectrum of the. Someone is very sweet. Someone is very acidic. Someone is mediocre. It's very amazing, the fruits. You can plate them as a dessert. Just cut it into half, just put some cream on top of it and give it. That's it. You're really good on that. The juices are perfect. And the pork. I ate the pork. It was braised. It was slow cooked. And serving with the sweet potato, I think, right?
No, it was with potato.
Potato.
Llevamos la mecánica y comí hornado ayer.
It was really interesting. At first I thought it's a polenta, but it wasn't a polenta. It's a potato. It was very, very delicious. I'm still exploring the cuisine, so I'm very excited. I mean, for example, I never worked with this type of mint. It's a very interesting mint, very aromatic. I like it because in Turkey we have mint that is like this size of leaves. This is smaller. So this is interesting. I love your olive oil. I love your peppers. Yeah, you're big on peppers too. They're very delicious. These guys are very delicious. And how you call it? Pimiento? Pimiento. It's sexy. Pimiento. Okay. Yeah, it's phonetically nice. Okay, I did my garlic. Let's put it here. Now again, I'm gonna use tomatoes. See? Tomatoes, garlic, and what else? Tomatoes, garlic, and onion are big thing in Turkish cuisine. Lamb. Yes, we do cook lamb a lot. Beef, not like the French style or the American style, but we use beef. Fish, unfortunately, we are not very good at fish. Since we are covered with 3 seas, actually. We have Aegean, Mediterranean, and Black Sea. But we have different types of fishes, but I think we don't know how to cook them. For example, ceviche, is a big deal. It's very delicious. Yesterday, Cecilia made us for us shrimp. It was perfect. For example, we can make ceviches in Turkey. But interestingly, when we make the ceviche, we add something like mayonnaise inside. And I don't know the recipe, but I don't like it actually. But in here, the ceviche is a big thing.
They wish you never told that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No mayonnaise in ceviche.
Forget about it. Let's go on the.
Cut that part and
Okay. Editing. Okay, some tomatoes again for my imam bayıldı. I am still working on my second recipe. Okay. First recipe is resting in here. Clean as you go is an important kitchen term. When you make a dirt, just clean it and keep on working. So at the end of the day, you're not gonna finish with a messed up kitchen. Because if the tomato dries in here, it's very hard to get it, it's very hard to wipe it out at the end of the class. So that's why we are cleaning as you go. Yes, too much cutting today. I cut the eggplants for this dish, and I put in a salted water in order to take out the bitterness of the eggplant. See the color of the water? It is dark. So I took out the bitterness of the. So this is multitasking. While I'm sauteing this, I'm cutting this, and I'm draining this. So in the kitchen, we need to make multitasking, okay? No one will gonna hire you only to cut the tomatoes all day. You have to cut the tomatoes, finish the dish, and then switch to the other dish, okay? It's a very competitive environment. Wherever you go, whoever chef you're working in, it doesn't matter. You're working in a very, very high competition, okay? Everybody in the kitchen, especially in the good restaurants' kitchen, are very assertive, okay? Every day you have to be mentally and physically ready. This is this kind of job, okay? Being a chef, working in the kitchen, yes, unfortunately you have to be ready every time. Otherwise, you're gonna get sick. I can guarantee that. Because when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, yes, I get sick mentally. Because it was hard. I mean, come on, it's like 16 hours a day, like sauteing the onions every day, and all that different types of chefs and the people and the ingredients and the demanding customers. You're just burning out. That's normal. You can quit. You don't have to be a chef, okay? You can work as a culinary advisor. You can work as a consultant. You can write their cookbook. You can work with the agents, culinary agents, okay? You can work with the corporate firms like Unilever, Frito-Lay. You can make the R&D there, okay? You don't have to be a chef in the kitchen. But if you like to, yes, you can be. but you have to know that it's not easy. Okay. Now I'm gonna add a little bit salt in order to take out this flavors because of the acid. Okay, not the same principle with the cracked wheat. Okay, the salt will gonna kill the wheat, but in salt it's gonna release all the flavors in the sugar. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Ambassador.
You kicked me out of the class because of the quiz.
Right.
Where did you start? How did you start? What was your first job?
Okay, I was studying business administration at the university back in Ankara. In the first year, I asked the other chef, where will I start? They said, you're gonna start as a dishwasher. I said, what? Dishwasher. You know, all the kitchen equipment, gastrons, they're big, they're all dirty. So I started as a dishwasher. For 7 months, I worked as a dishwasher, plus I attended school. At 4 p.m., I got out of the school, and I start to work until 11 or 12 in the midnight, and then I go back to school the next day. So after that, I apply an internship at Hilton. That time, very, very nice chef, Wolfgang Gödel, was the executive chef of the Hilton, and he rejected me 4 times because I was studying business, not tourism. I went to the kitchen. No, you can't, Osman. Get out of my kitchen. Chef, please, get out of my kitchen. Chef, at least you can try me. Get out of my kitchen. And the fifth time, I said, he was very busy. He was like cooking the shrimps in the kitchen, like 60 people in the kitchen. And I was again there with my jeans and with my t-shirt. I'm here. What the hell do you want from me? No, get out of my kitchen. I said, no, you're gonna try me for at least 1 hour, and I stayed there. Okay, he said, okay, go to garde manger, because garde manger is the hardest station. It's the cold station, all the cuttings. And I worked there for 1 hour, and the chef de partie of the garde manger station, I think, talked with the chef, and yes, let's continue with him. And I did my internship for 3 years there. I rotate all the kitchen, and they didn't give me any money. And I just worked for free, but at the end of the internship, I got my own station, which I'm proud of myself. It was Mongolian stir-fry station in the open buffet. And then I graduated from the school, and then I go back to States in CIA. So this is sweating and cooking, and after this, I'm gonna add the onions. So recipe reading is very important. Okay, before I came here, I test all the recipe back in Turkey. I played it them, I measure it, I scale it. Okay, I didn't memorize this. Okay, of course I know the main ingredient, but that's it. Okay, so I have to read, and you have to. Even Thomas Keller has to read the recipe. Okay. Who's Thomas Keller? Per se, the restaurant in San Francisco. It's a very, very famous Michelin star chef. I think he first opened up the French Laundry. It was actually a laundry room and started very, very small. Now he's very celebrity and is a Michelin star. I think 3 Michelin star, both for the restaurants and both for him. I love him. So everybody should read the recipe. Now I'm gonna start deep frying the. Where is my thing? Yes. Paper towel is very important. 911, 911. I'm gonna pat dry them Now, I don't want to explode it here. Can I get some equipment for that to take out? Oh, there. I need like spider or something like this. Yes. Yes, please.
What are your favorite ingredients to cook and why?
My favorite ingredient, thank you very much. Let me start with my favorite cuisine and what cuisine I like to make it. My favorite cuisine to eat is Turkish cuisine, to eat.
Yeah.
My favorite cuisine for making is Indian. I love spices. Since I'm coming from the south of the Turkey, we use lots of spices. Back in New York, I was working in a Indian French fusion cuisine, and we have a spice room. Seriously, the half of this room, can you imagine that? All spice room, all the seeds, all the curry leaves, real curry leaves. And for example, in my recipe, I'm using like 50 grams of cumin. I took the seeds, I pan fry them, and then mortar them. Okay, so all the flavor goes into the dish. So the answer of your question is all types of spices. Is a big thing for me because it changes all the flavors, not the texture of the food, but the flavor of the food, spices. But you should be very careful about the spices. You need to work on the spices. Now, I'm gonna take this is almost done. I'm gonna add the tomatoes. See, there is no color. See, and they become translucent. This is good. And I go between low to medium heat, okay? If I can control the heat, you can control the heat, okay? Anybody can control the heat. If it's too high, you can take it out and you can put it in the low, okay? When I give education to my students, they're like in panic. Chef, it's burning. Okay, just turn it off, okay? Because you can control the fire. From the beginning of the world, fire was in the environment, right? We didn't invent the fire. Fire was in the nature. We control the fire, okay? So don't panic, just control it, just turn it off. So I'm gonna add the tomatoes. And you have tomatillo, it's very nice. Some salt, a touch of pepper. Now I will turn the heat a little bit higher. Now I'm gonna add the sugar. What is sugar for? Thanks. What is sugar for? In order to balance the acidity of the... Nice. Now I'm gonna double check the recipe. Eggplant done, tomatoes done, onions done, garlic done, olive oil, yes I did it, sugar I did, parsley is pickled but not cut, mint, okay, cumin, where is cumin? My lovely cumin. Cumin gives all the flavor to this dish, and the mint. Mint is a very important ingredient in this dish. Since it's too high, I lower it down. Yes, it's a nice cumin. Oh, you have there too? Okay. Yeah, it's yes. See the color? It's strong, it's nice. Okay, I'm gonna leave this until it's cooked. Now I'm gonna take care of my eggplants. Under normal conditions, since it's a tasting, we use the whole eggplant, we deep fry it, and then we cut into the middle, and we put all this mixture into that. For one portion is one eggplant, under normal conditions. But it's a tasting, that's why I cut it like this, okay? You can go Google and write down İmam Bayıldı, so you can see the real shape of the İmam Bayıldı. You can Google it. Why I'm doing like this instead of pouring all the liquid? Because there's soil and dirt underneath, okay? So that's why I'm just taking the top of it. That's it.
Chef,
Yes?
I got a question.
Yes.
Is it okay if I use brown sugar instead of normal sugar in the tomatoes?
Can you ask it again?
Is it okay if I use brown sugar instead of
Brown sugar.
brown sugar?
Yes. Yes, you can use it, brown sugar, because we are using just a touch of sugar. Okay? If I use it 100 grams of sugar, no, because the brown sugar is a raw sugar. Okay? So it will change the taste, first of all. It will make bitter since it's raw. It will change the color. Yes. That's why recipe is important. Okay? In order to give the exact information, I need to cook it with the brown sugar and the custard sugar. So I need to understand the difference between, because it is limitless. You can add honey, you can add maple syrup, because it has the sugar content. So when you develop the recipe, you have to work on it. But it's a good question at the end of the day. You're welcome. Okay, a little bit cleaning. This is done. I'm gonna put it into the towel. I'm continuing with this. I'm not overloading it. Why? When you deep fry it, you're not because if you overload it, you're gonna decrease the temperature and it's gonna get mushy. It's gonna absorb all the oil, okay? So, right equipment for the right ingredient and the right cooking technique is very important. Of course, you're gonna make it naturally. After you got the experience, it's gonna just begin to work, or you give the solution naturally. But since you're a student, I have to mention about this. Do not overload it, okay? If I put all of the stuff in here, I'm gonna overload it. So the details are important. Yeah.
The recipes where
The recipes from the south of Turkey. Turkey is something like this. All of the recipes from Hatay, Iskenderun, Antakya, we call it like this. Actually, the weather, the environment is very similar to Quito. It's like rain, is always warm in the winter, and yeah, it's very similar.
And which ingredient you change or switch from an ingredient in pure vinegar?
I never change anything. This is the original recipes, the recipes that I learned from my mother. Because I can make improvisation, it's dangerous. These recipes are coming from a special district, okay? So I have to obey the recipe. I'm not making fusion right now. I'm just following the recipes, that's it. I can make a fusion out of it, but not in here. Maybe I can open up my own restaurant and I can say, okay, I'm gonna make a fusion kitchen. I'm gonna combine Ecuadorian cuisine with Hatay cuisine. Okay, this is acceptable. But in here, no.
What is the so many important recipes in the culture from Turkey?
Too many recipes?
Is important or is impacting?
Yes, because you know the Ottoman Empire, the big empire before the Republic of Turkey, there is an Ottoman cuisine. Ottoman cuisine is like a hot cuisine. I mean, it's like very elegant, very detailed. So we have the roots from that Ottoman Empire cuisine. So yes, Turkish recipes are not hard to make it, but there are some details that you have to follow it. Okay? I don't know if it's the right answer for your question.
It's very traditional. The recipe is traditional?
Traditional, yes. We have different districts like Black Sea region, Aegean region, and Mediterranean, and the eastern side. Okay? All the ingredients are changing across the Turkey. All the ingredients and the cooking techniques are changing. You should, guys, come to Turkey and rotate in the country. As a culinary wise, you're gonna be amazed and you're gonna learn lots of ingredients. This will be my advice to you. You can find cheap hostels, cheap flights, because you're a student and I was a student, and so you can find ways to visit Turkey in cheaper ways, okay? And you can email me at whenever you want it. I'm in Le Cordon Bleu, Istanbul. You have all the bookmarks. So I'm talking too much today. Okay, now this is cooking. This is cooking. This is, let me give a stir. A quick stir. It's double the size because it's absorbing all the juices of the tomato. Now I'm gonna continue with the meat. Now I'm switching to the third recipe, okay? Tepsi kebabı. First I'm gonna start with the veggies. Since I'm gonna start with this. I'm gonna use this one, and this one. I'm gonna use 3 types of peppers. Which recipe I am in right now? Tepsi kebabı with the ground beef and the lamb. Okay? It's huge. Again, multitasking. Always, always, always. Okay, first I'm going to use my knife in order to make them smaller, and after that I'm going to use my cleaver. Okay? The most important part in this dish is cutting.
Just what is the experience more important or impacting in the cuisine for you?
The experience of
More impacting or important?
working in
Your career. The most important experience in your career.
Yani, it's opportunity actually. Everything is opportunity. For example, I can say this is the most important thing being here in Ecuador. I can say this. It will be fair enough. So it's opportunity. It's not the important career thing, because I am very assertive and dedicated chef. So wherever I start to work, I just feel that I am from there, and I work, I do my best wherever I am working in. I just do my best. That's it. So opportunity is important for me. Being kind is very important for me, especially in the kitchen. You know, the kitchen environment is all about male dominance, right? The male dominance in the kitchen. Since all the female chefs are much more hard worker than the male chef. So sometimes people are being very rude in the kitchen. In order to my experience, I realized that if you're not making your mise en place, you're getting aggressive and being rude. If you don't know your recipe, you're getting rude, and if you are drunk the day before and come to the kitchen, you're very aggressive and very rude, okay? These are the sources of being rude and aggressive. You have to work your lesson, and this lesson continues lifetime, seriously. Yes, sometimes I failed bad. Sometimes I fight in the kitchen, but not anymore. But yes, this is life. But at the end of the day, you have to work your lesson, that's it. You have to work your market list, you have to know your recipes, that's it. Anybody can cook, as Ratatouille said, right? Anybody can cook, anybody can learn how to cut this. It's not the atom engineering. You can learn it. But being organized, being neat, hygienic is hard to achieve. Okay, now I make it smaller. Now I'm gonna change my color, cutting board color to red. Why? I'm gonna work with the meat. Actually, I'm gonna use 2 cutting boards. No, I'm gonna transfer it here. Now I'm gonna use my cleaver. Okay. And this is done. can you peel me two garlic? Two garlic. All right. Thank you. Now I'm gonna add some garlic. This is a wake-up call. Bless you. So I'm both cutting and I am giving all the flavors while I'm cutting it. That's why I'm not using the machine, because machine will give all the liquid outside, and this is not the way we cook this. And then I'm gonna add the parsley. Nereye koydum parsley? No, the one you picked it. Oh yeah. Thank you. Too much stuff, right? Some extra flavor. Now I'm gonna add my beef and lamb. Thanks. I think this is, yes, lamb. We prefer the shoulder of the lamb because it has lots of fibers and fat, so it gives the deliciousness to the dish.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Ambassador.
In Turkish cuisine, to mix lamb and veal, and why?
Actually, I can go only with lamb with this, but sometimes we mix it in order to refresh the dish because lamb is somehow heavy compared to the beef. Yes, for example, lahmacun is a kind of, they call it Turkish pizza. I get a little bit upset when I hear this because it has a dough underneath and there's a minced meat. We call it lahmacun. For lahmacun, we go only for lamb meat. And then I'm gonna add the beef. See, I'm making like this, like stuffing the ingredients here. Any question? Are you with me?
Sure.
Yes?
Do you think the pressure or height is a pro or con here in Ecuador or in other countries?
The altitude of the country, yes, there is a huge impact on the cooking, yes, especially for the bread making.
Yeah, but here it's...
Did I experience this? No, actually. Maybe the boiling point of the water will be changeable because of the altitude. But other than that, I was actually very afraid of this before coming here. The altitude problem, what will I do? Because I make the tasting there in Turkey, in our environment. But unfortunately, we knocked the wood. I don't have any bad experience until now because of the altitude and the weather condition.
The coca.
Ah, yeah.
I gave him coca tea. It's good.
My dear ambassador. Okay, now I will convert into a bowl. So I didn't add any salt. I'm gonna add it. But I need to clean that place because it's dirty right now. Dirty, dirty. Gracias. If I continue work with this dirty environment, my motivation will decrease, I know, and I start to make mistakes. So that's why it needs to be clean, okay? I need to see the eggplants are fried. This is ready, not ready. I need the spices. This is almost done. The oven is working. That's nice. Now my station is clean, but the inside is not. So I'm gonna clean the inside too, because again, it's a motivational killer. I'm gonna change the water. I'm gonna clean the sink. All the menu is here right now. Yes, this is amateur, very amateur. Someone is happy, I think. Okay, good to go. Now I'm gonna continue with the beef. This is a side towel, okay? This is not for this. This is only designated to hold the hot items, okay? If it is wet, you're gonna burn yourself very badly because this is very wet and this is very hot. It evaporates onto your fingers and it's gonna burn. I guarantee that. So this is a side towel. In French, torchon. That's it. The only usage in the kitchen is holding the hot items. That's it. Other than that, we don't use it. Generally, chefs have two of them. Sometimes they put in the back, sometimes side. I always put on my side. Now, going back to this beef, let me check it. Something is missing in here. Peppers, I did it. Beef, I did it. Parsley, cloves, I did it. Cherry tomatoes, I didn't do it. It's for the decoration. Okay, the only thing I need to put is salt, and then I'm gonna make the taste cooking. Okay, what is taste cooking? In order to understand the seasoning of the dish, I can take a risk Because if I'm working in a hotel and I have a wedding for 500 people, and I'm just, oh, okay, I'm a perfect chef, I can arrange with my fingers. No, it's not gonna work. So I put the salt and the pepper, and then I'm gonna arrange the taste. Can you open up, please? Turn up. And the other important thing is, if you serve something cold, you have to taste it cold, okay? If you serve something hot, you have to taste it hot. For example, under normal conditions, this is a cold dish, okay? I can't taste it right now. When it gets cold, and then I'm gonna taste it, okay? Because I know it's a little bit nerve-wracking thing, but the flavor profile changes with the heat. I didn't try it, but maybe I can do it with the fish. Maybe a sea bass, okay? With the same ingredients, instead of beef and lamb, I can use sea bass and cook in the oven, maybe. Just a piece of meat. While it's cooking, I'm gonna prepare the sauce. The sauce is very basic. Butter, tomato paste that I bring it from Turkey. Gracias. Can you open it again? A nice butter, the good color. Happy birthday. And where is my lovely tomato paste? Tomato paste. Some tomato paste. And then some water. As Americans say, water. Okay, this is a joke between you and me. Yeah.
Is there a product or preparation that is being lost in your country?
Say it again.
Okay, is there a product or preparation that is being lost in your country?
Being lost?
Lost.
Is there an ingredient being lost in your country that's not used anymore? Or is being used less?
Maybe because of the younger generations doesn't like it, the intestine, İngilizcesini bilmiyorum. For example, the intestine, the lungs, the liver. These are the big things in Turkey in the old times. But since the new generation doesn't like it, the taste, I think, so it's about to. Yeah, it's good. So it's not very logical to leave the spoon inside the thing because it's gonna get hot and I'm gonna burn myself. I don't want to. So I'm gonna take a tray. Thank you. Yesterday I made a rectangular, today maybe I can go circular. Yes, I'll go circle. the evenness of this meat is important. If it's too thick and this is too thin, it doesn't cook evenly, okay? So I'll try to make it even. Are you bored? Are you bored? Are you sure? Say what? Cherry. I'm gonna use some cherry. Can I get one peppery green one? Thank you. This is called?
No.
No, what's the name of this?
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno. Okay. I like jalapeno.
It's so
Yeah.
spicy.
It is. In guacamole they use jalapeno.
Yes.
Guacamole, right?
Yes, but
The small ones? Okay, I'm gonna decorate with cherry tomatoes. Up, up, up, up, up, up, up, up. And then I'm gonna use some jalapenos. Of course, in the original recipe, we don't have jalapenos back in Turkey. We used, again, the green pepper, but a different one.
Is Turkish cuisine traditionally spicy?
Yeah. And then maybe in the middle, I can make this, the middle of the world, Ecuador. With some sauce, with tomato paste basically, and butter in order to give extra flavor. Is on top of it. So it's gonna prevent to dry out. Bye-bye. This is 180. We go like 30 minutes. Yeah. Go ahead. And then now I'm gonna finish the eggplant. And after that, I'm gonna finish the kısır. By that time, everything will be ready. I'm gonna plate it. I'm gonna serve it. We're gonna taste it. We're gonna give comments. Bad comments are not acceptable. Just kidding. Now I need another tray for that. I will finish in the oven. You know the term, something finish in the oven. You start to cook on the stove top and you finish in the oven. Okay? This is a classical term we use in the kitchen. This means different cooking techniques in one dish. Okay? Sometimes we use three cooking technique in one dish. We saute it, we finish in the oven, and we broil it. Gracias. See, there are lots of onions, but it doesn't smell like onion, okay? Because we cook in the low heat for at least 40 minutes, something like this.
Chef, what is the most famous dish from Turkey?
Yeah, the well-known was döner, the shawarma, they call it döner. Because it's the most popular one across the globe. There are lots of döner shops. But as a Turkish guy, as a Turkish citizen, it's not, the people living in Turkey is not like dying for döner. Yes, we are much more like sulu yemek. How can I translate into Turkish? It is like a territorial restaurants. It's like open buffet. Like you have beans, rice, chickpea dishes. These guys, and you eat it. You pick it up from the open buffet and you eat it. It's like in a casserole dishes, let's say. Okay. But the doner is the most popular one, I think.
What about the ice cream? I went to Istanbul a few years ago.
Oh, really?
That was very interesting, the ice cream experience.
Ice cream, yes, you're talking about the one, Kahramanmaraş dondurması. They have this showcase. You're trying to grab it. He's making like, at the end you want to punch him. No, just kidding. No aggression in the kitchen. Yes, it's a kind of a different type of ice cream. I think, I'm not sure, they're using goat milk inside it, but I'm not sure. That's why it's so thick, the ice cream. But I'm gonna double check it. Okay, I'm almost done with this. What time is it?
10:22.
10:22. Okay, not bad. You know, chefs are always racing with the time, right? Always like this, always like this. Because time is very important in the kitchen. Time management, actually, is very, very important in the kitchen. You have to race with the time and you have to manage your time, seriously. And it should be your lifestyle. After the 5 years of experience in the kitchen, yes, working with the time should be your lifestyle. 2 more, and then I'm gonna finish this in the oven. No, 3 more. I think it's not working. We need to start it. To the restaurant? Okay. It should be hot? No? Okay. It's 180. Let's make it 25 if you're using rationale. Yes. Yeah. This is like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, I'm gonna continue with the kusur, the last dish. I'm gonna finish it. Can I get gloves, 2 of them? Oh, thank you. Okay, perfect.
Chef, what about street food? What is a popular street food?
Street food, falafel is not our food, but first of all. Falafel is not in our cuisine. But street food, we have kokoreç. It's kind of the intestine of the animal, lamb. And we make kokoreç as a sandwich. Like the half of the bread, we put it with the onions, tomatoes, lots of spices. We have balık ekmek. It's again with fish and bread. It means it's just a plain fish grilled on the street next to the sea, and then you put it into between the bread, and again you put the onions and the parsley, and that's it. Other than that, yeah, then I will yeah, not some desserts, maybe lokma is kind of pastry.
Fried donuts.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Very sweet.
Yes, very sweet. Yeah. Now I'm gonna continue with this. So the first thing. Now.
Exactly, that's what I was asking. And sandwich,
I'm gonna use lots of parsley and this one. Can I get a bigger bowl? The one with bigger. Oh, okay. No, that's perfect. Can you transfer this into this? Thank you. This is parsley and mint. That's it. Just roughly chop it here, and then I'm gonna use scallions, which is spring onions. One is enough. Oh, it's quite big, so I'm gonna use the half. I'm gonna slice it thinly. Now I'm gonna wear my gloves and start to knead it. But before that, I'm gonna put my 2 types of paste. One pepper, one tomato in here. And then gloves. Now I'm gonna knead it. I'm gonna kill everything inside it. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. I'll do it. Merci. Okay, now I start kneading it. Kneading is very important because all my temperature of my heat, the temperature of my hand will gonna go there. And I'm killing all the vegetables and the tomatoes. I'm making a paste. And I'm making it like this. And then I'm gonna add two types of paste, one pepper, the other tomato. I brought it from Turkey. These are all sun-dried and sun-cooked pastes. They cook under the sun. I'm going to combine all the flavors with the paste. So I need to knead it like this. One is stable, one hand, and the other is sliding. Okay. In order to combine the paste with the bulgur. And then I start to add the pomegranate reduction right over there, the black one. This one, yes, open it up please. And add it slowly. This is a pomegranate reduction. It's coming from a fruit. Here, slowly. We reduce it, but I don't know how to say in Spanish. Pomegranate. Granada. We take the juice out it and we cook it and we reduce it. It's like balsamico. More? Yeah. More. Yes. That's enough. Now you can add the olive oil. Again, the same method, slowly. Slowly. From the top. Yes. Perfect. Continue.
Okay.
Per favor. No, continue. I just try to be kind. That's perfect. Thank you. Can I get the serving dish, the plate, this one, only one? I need cumin. You can put it. A little bit more, half of this. Perfect. And sugar, sugar. Sugar, honey. Because it has tomato inside, that's why. Half. Perfect, and a little bit salt. Perfect. Can I get the plate here? off. Now I'm gonna prepare the quail eggs for this. Thank you. I think I'm done. Yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks. Now for the quail eggs. Perfect. Here. Thanks. Quail eggs, quail eggs, quail eggs. Can I get the butter? Butter. And can you turn it on? Thank you. Now I'm gonna crack it. First, I'm gonna crack here because I don't want any shell into my dish. Okay? Maybe I can go easily like this. Yes. So this is learning by doing. For example, yesterday I cracked all of them like this. It was time consuming. Now I realize that I can go like this. And it will be much more guaranteed and easy like this, okay? So kitchen is learning by doing, learning by doing, okay? Now it's much more easier. So I learned every day a new thing, okay? It's a never-ending story. See, it was much more easier. Because inside there is a very elastic protective shell. When I make it like this, okay, I'm not tearing it up. So with the tip of the knife, I'm tearing that inner shell so I can easily crack it, right? These are the techniques that life-saving, because when you start to work, you're gonna crack like hundreds of them in one day, okay? In a hotel or in a restaurant. So this will be much more easier for you. Look at the color of this, isn't it beautiful? It's like a chocolate, like a handmade chocolate. Look at the dots and the color is beautiful. Thanks God. The butter is very nice. Stop. Yes.
Which is your favorite food to try for Ecuador?
Dry? Dry?
Here in Ecuador, that you tried. What's
Tried.
your favorite food so far that you've tried?
In here, I love the pork. I love the pork. What? Yes. The skin of the pork, hakikaten yani it's really nicely cooked. It's very crispy. Okay. A little bit of salt and pepper, and it's done. How is the meat is going?
Yeah.
If you want, I can come. Let me check it. Just have 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 10. Hi, hi.
Already have 2 ministers.
Lo que están haciendo aquí es lo que se va a replicar.
Yesterday I put the parsley and the mint inside the mixture. Today I'm gonna decorate with the mint, so I'm gonna put on the top of the eggplant.
So I have an announcement to make. The chef will be in Guide on Monday, and they will broadcast it live, the class, and he will teach. Some of the items are similar, some of them are different. So if you want to watch another master class, you can watch the one of Guide as well.
Okay.
So on Monday morning.
Monday.
We will share the link on our social media as well. So follow us.
Vamos a tener el link para que ustedes puedan revisar nuestra historia. Igual tenemos el de la otra de
Sweet.
How many eggs do you have in there?
Sorry.
How many eggs?
I think 2, 4, 16. It is 14. Any questions up to now? I'm almost done. Okay, you want to taste it, I understand.
Chef, in Turkey there are products with the denomination of origin.
Turkey, some products you said?
Denomination of origin.
Turkish how? Bu coğrafya olarak meşhur edilen
Yes, the original. Okay, yes, we have. I think not 81, but almost between 30 and 40 places are geographically indicated. Has the indication. Antakya is under the protection of UNESCO, where I'm coming from, the cuisine. Yes. And I think, yes, for today, these are the dishes that I want to introduce you, that you want to experience. So this is İmam bayıldı, kısır, and tepsi kebaba. Enjoy it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So serving dishes.